If you're somebody that has massively struggled with letting your emotions out at all after somebody that you love passed away, then this is the right video for you. In the first few months of the grieving process, something that can naturally happen is that you're trying to completely ignore every single emotion that comes to you because it is just too painful to handle. And I did this for quite a while, where I would just push everything aside, just pretend it didn't happen, distract my brain all the time, because that's the easiest way to move forward, right? But the problem with this is, and we've discussed this in a couple of videos before, is that the more that you store this up, the bigger it is going to come out eventually, just like it is with so many traumas that we go through in life. But Yin Yoga is going to help you so much through this process. Let me quickly run you through what exactly it is, and then I'll explain why it will help you so incredibly much. Yin Yoga is a type of yoga where you hold deep stretches from 2 to 5 minutes. It's actually, funnily enough, one of the hardest types of yoga, because normally when we're in movement, it's a lot easier to not focus on what is happening inside our brain. And especially when we're going to trauma, this is exactly what we want. But when you now have 30 minutes, let's say, or an hour even, of a class where it's mostly quiet and you have a lot of time to be with your thoughts and to be with everything that has happened to you, all of a sudden, those thoughts that you were trying to avoid so hard are going to come to the forefront of your mind. And yes, the first time I did it, it was super, super scary, but here's something amazing that happened afterwards. The first Yin Yoga class that I did, it was for half an hour, and really my brain would circle around what happened with my mom and how much I miss her. And after I finished the class, I was laying there and I could not stop crying. There was so many tears, but afterwards I felt so good, because I felt like it was all being released. And throughout this half an hour, because I had no choice but to focus on these thoughts and to really sit with them and to be with them, it felt so good to just let it all out. The other thing as well is that trauma doesn't just store inside your brain, but it also stores inside your body. Certain joints, certain body parts. This is a whole nother topic that if you have some spare time, maybe have a look online, because it's really fascinating what types of trauma store in what specific areas of your body. Here's a fascinating example for this. A couple of weeks after my mom died, I had this massive pain in my left foot that was honestly so unbearable, and I've never felt pain like that before. I mean, I could barely walk for more than 5 minutes, and I did not understand what was going on because I didn't do any crazy type of exercise. There was no huge stone that just dropped on my foot and could have possibly caused this pain. And then when I looked it up, it said that when we have this feeling of loss and a certain part of our home missing, that is when we can feel pain in our feet. And so I thought, okay, wow, how insane is the fact that my mum passing away now has caused me this incredible pain in my foot, when really, physically, everything was totally fine. And the more I sat down and processed my mum's death, the more the pain disappeared. This is why when you really hold a specific stretch that goes right into the deep tissue of your muscle, you are really going deep down into your whole body and releasing it. So it was fascinating to me how much this helped me with letting go, and not only just crying and feeling bad, but rather releasing all of these intense emotions that unfortunately are just connected to a loved one of us passing away. Bear in mind as well that this is not an intense workout. It's literally just stretching, but it will help you so much with releasing, letting go, and really letting your emotions come up to the surface, and then just crying, because this is what we want. We don't want to have it stored inside forever. We want to get it all out so that we can move on and feel happier and feel better, and not fully return back to the lives that we were living before, but at least to feel good within ourselves again. The best part about this is that it's completely free. You can literally YouTube Yin Yoga class, and there's going to be a tremendous amount of different types of videos, different types of teachers, different lengths. You can even start with just a 10-minute video and then work your way up a little bit more the longer you do it. My favorite teacher for years now has been Travis Elliott, so I can highly recommend you to check out his classes, because him and his wife, the way they are running their classes is so incredibly beautiful. And this is not a sponsored video. I have just been doing their classes for such a long time that I know the way the classes are built, and also everything that they talk about while you're doing the class will help you so much through this process. And it's almost like you're watching a motivational speech while you're doing something good for your body. So it's really a win-win. But this was really a massive part of my healing journey. And as hard as it was, because I can tell you that I really didn't want to do it. I did not want to do it because I was so scared of my own thoughts. And when I did end up doing it, I felt so incredibly happy that I took the time and that I managed to sit there for 30 minutes without any distractions whatsoever and run through this with my body. I'm going to attach some links in the description. So if you feel like that could be right for you, check them out. And then if you feel like that is not your person to teach you, that's totally fine. Check out a few different teachers that teach Yin Yoga classes, because with yoga, it's incredibly important that you like the person, you find the voice calming or nice to listen to, because I have had yoga teachers before where they would just drive me crazy, not because they were bad teachers, but just because I couldn't really resonate with the voice and the way they were speaking throughout the class. So it's really important that you, right at the beginning, see, okay, does this sound like I would want to listen to this for half an hour or an hour? And if not, then find another teacher, because the options are endless. And if you do decide to try this out, please let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear your opinion on whether it helped you. And if there is another way that you have been finding was incredibly helpful to let all the emotions come up to the surface and just cry, then please let us also know in the comments so that we can all benefit from it.